So no, we're not decorating outside today, but I just had to come out and show you first of all. Oh my gosh. So my daffodils, aren't they beautiful? Oh gosh. That is such a delicate, beautiful flower. And then I don't know what those are. They're so tiny and so pretty. And we have storms blowing in, and it's been raining and storming all night. My hair is atrocious, you guys. But I went to the garden center yesterday and I picked up some English primrose, and these are perennials. So I got a few of those, and then I got, well, one of them blew over in the storm last night. Those are English rhododendrons. They have almost a rose-shaped flower to them, and they'll be pink. And I'm going to just kind of bring that around there. So we hope that will, I hope it'll take. They're part sun, so this is what this gets. Anyway, I just wanted you to see. I mean, the grass is greening up really nicely. Oh my gosh, we just trimmed those back last weekend and they're already blooming out. Hi everybody, it's Debbie. Welcome. You're at your home, your happy place. And yes, the guy was just here for the internet. So I have internet, thankfully. So now I have a picture up there. We are going to head into the kitchen today. I am going to do 2-3 vignettes as far as styling. We're going to be carrying on the English cottage garden feel. I'm going to incorporate bunnies and that outdoor feel in here with spring. And I'm also going to show you how I utilize glass front cabinetry to add to my decor versus just stacking plates and things in there. So we're going to work on that. I'm going to give you a peek at the newest collection at Coral Crush Collections, my fine art print shop on Shopify. And I just want to say thank you guys. Oh my gosh. Well, not only are we way over 9,000 already, thank you and welcome to all the new subscribers, but you guys are just so sweet, and I can't tell you how much I am blessed every time I read comments. And so I thank you for that, and I hope that I'll see and meet more of you in the comments at the end. Don't forget to give me a like. And if you're ready for some more of this cottage garden decorating, then let's go. Normally I'll show you the whole setup, but there's so much here and some of it's heavy. So I'm going to show you basically the framework of what is going on up here. So I started with what was already here, which was some lamb's ear. And then I had this vine. And so I spread that across to bring the lavender in. And I added this wreath. This is the bowl that I put the wreath in that I thought I'd put a bunny on top of. And all of a sudden it's like, yeah, it's great. It's a deep bowl. And so it kind of pops it off the wall. I like that. I'm going to be putting a picture here. And this is from my haul at that store that was closing. I needed color and height and a different texture. And this, I need a taller ladder to kind of fix that little spot. But when you're down, not this close, you don't see it. I kind of wanted to just bring a touch of pink because I was all lavender. Plus I needed something to drape over this basket. Also, that was from the haul from the store that was closing. And then again, I needed height back here. I really wanted to bring some baskets in because I haven't brought them in the kitchen yet, and I really feel like that's essential. So items that I thought are great for an English cottage garden style are going to be obviously a lot of garden type things. And these mossy balls, um, one of my nests that looks like spring to me, a different type of ball. This is one of those twigs. Twigs are definitely in, but when you can find some that have the greenery on them, that's beautiful. The galvanized metal, which I ended up filling up the space before I even needed it, but I've used it in the kitchen. Terracotta pots, I'm using those because definitely garden, but they also are seen in some of the artwork that I'm using. And then while I was going to use some of my other bunnies, these obviously look like, moss covered bunnies. So I think these are all going to contribute to that. And I just want to make it look like a little moment in the garden. So let's start with the bunny picture. This is one of the prints. Some of you have purchased from my Shopify store, which is always linked below. Sorry for the light reflection. And this frame is from Amazon. Okay. And he's kind of my feature, I think. I love that. I think we're going to put this bunny on the opposite side of him over there. There we go. All right, and then I'm going to put the other bunny right here. And as you can see in this picture and the other bunny pictures, almost all of them have the terracotta pots in the background. So I went to the garden center yesterday morning early, and I found some, these are always very inexpensive. For this size, I think they were $6.98. So I'm going to need two hands, but I'm going to stack these two up there and then have this one sideways. And I didn't mention I have this on a riser, Lazy Susan riser, and then that as well is on a riser. Again, you can't see that from below. This could go so many places. However, I'm going to put it here because I feel like that is the spot that's lacking. Okay. I think that is gorgeous. I love this feel it gives me, but I am going to add that mossy twig vine over the top. And I'm going to need both hands for this, so I'll show you it in the end. And I have more of these. I love them so much. I've got I want to use them on my dining room table. I kind of want to use them in the kitchen in some more places. So I think I only own 5. So I'm going to try and get away with just one up there, but it could definitely use 2. All right. There it is. Can you see the vine in here? There you go. And I could tame that down. I probably will. That's kind of sticking up into the picture, but yeah, I think that looks really. I don't know. It's a cloudy day, and this just feels like you're sitting in the garden or the greenhouse or something like that to me, and it just really, again, I say this a lot now. This is just soothing my soul. I love the outdoors brought inside, and this cottage vintage feel is, it's just really hitting the spot for me. I turned the lights out because in here, because you couldn't see anything. Still, I don't know if you can. So as you can see, I have glass cabinets. I have 3 sets of these on the side of the kitchen. And so I typically use my glasses to bring my color story to life in here. And that's what I'm working on right now. I have not brought yellow in here at all, so I think I'm going to take that back. But I added a pink dish there, and I think I'll add a green on either side. I'm going to get some eggs to go in here to give that a little height. This is just one of those cute little dishes, and I don't have a reason to have it out, but I want to be able to see it and use it. And I just brought all my pink vintage glassware here and moved that dish set here. And I don't know that I'm done with that, but I'm going to go ahead and find some eggs to finish this up. And then we'll go up there and decorate that little display shelf. All right, I, at the moment, cannot find 3 white or 3 gold the same size. So that looks a little off, but I filled those little eggs up. And I haven't shut the door to see how it's going to look, but I think that looks kind of cute. And I haven't decided what to put up there. You know what? Something just occurred to me. I have some, no, they're napkin rings. Never mind, that's not going to work. I'll be thinking about what to put up there, but let's close the doors. And obviously you can't see that much. There, cabinet lights are on, and I know the lighting's terrible for you, but in person, it really, really pops and looks great. You know what? Because we have the center line up there, I actually have 2, I think I have 2 of those plates, and I have 2 of those pots. So I think I'm gonna put 2 up there on either side to divide that up, but everything else I can kind of see. So while I was at the nursery, I believe these were a little less than $2 each. So I have the 3 display shelves up there. So I'm going to do the same pattern that I did up in the first display shelf we did today. And I'm going to stack 2 and let 1 come over. And I'm going to go see if I have any, I think I might have some balls this size to go in here. And I'm going to pop that up on the middle display shelf. So here is the picture that I call lavender and clay, or lilac and clay. Now I don't remember, but you can find it on my website. And again, this is the frame that I bought. I've got 2 more frames coming today. I don't know that they'll make it into this video, but they're probably the same width and they're just gold. So I picked these up. I didn't even bother to take the price tag off a couple years ago, 2, 3 years ago at a boutique. And they were like three of them in a little galvanized metal tray. And I just thought they were so pretty. So I want to tie that in, not to mention that I, introduced that color into my dining area that's between my family room and the kitchen. And then I'm going to just do that pattern there with these. But you know what? I do have lilac, but I don't think it'll show. So we'll just. And this actually, I don't know, it might need a riser. I don't know. Okay, I'm going to get down and see if that looks like anything or if it's just too high. Okay, pardon the glare from the light, but I think that works out really nice. I could have some lavender coming out of the terracotta pot top, and I do have some. But for now, I'm not going to go looking for that. So let's do the other two. I'm not going to do the other two cabinets. I don't even know what I'm doing in them yet, but we'll work on the other two tops since they're going to pretty much be very similar to this, just with different pictures. Okay, I picked the frame up, actually 3 of them, at Goodwill yesterday for $4 and pennies, and it works great with the picture. However, it's too tall. It's too thick of a frame, so it makes it too tall for this to stand up. But I as I said, I have 2 gold ones coming in today. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and style this, just repeating exactly what I did over in the middle. And I'm going to grab the little pots and see if I can find some other balls to go in there. But he is adorable. I love it. And so yes, we've got the exact same style, just a different picture going on here. All right, I hope that was fun for you. I tell you what, it's a little hard filming the upper areas when I'm on ladders and things, or maybe even in the counters. So I know it's not always, plus all the LED lighting in there just distorts the lighting that I can provide for you. So I do apologize. But I hope you got some ideas. And when we come back, we're going to be in the kitchen some more. The first front island, I'm loving. It's gorgeous. I have a little coffee bar area done. Around one side of my sink is done. The whole range hood and around the stove done. And I'm just loving. I'm just saying I'm loving it. And I can't wait to share that with you. However, I do want to say this. Like you can tell, I wasn't on a day that you might have expected me. Lots going on here, and for the next, starting in a couple days, I'm going to have one of my grandgirls here, and she's going to spend her spring break with me, and we're going to be doing some little adventures. And then the following week, I'm going to have 2 more of my grandgirls here, and we'll be doing the same. So I find it hard to film during that time, and we'll see. I have to get videos out. I can't go 2 weeks without getting videos out. It would be terrible. Not to mention, I have the screen porch, this deck, the front porch that I've already been working on. I haven't even taken you to the lower level at all. And the dining room table is done. And so I have so much more I need to get in before Easter. I need to stay on it. So just be patient as far as days. I will get them out as soon as I can. All right, you guys. I didn't do that last vignette only because I'm going to wait for the frames that are coming today so that you can see it standing up in here. And you haven't seen this one from the Coral Crush collection, and this is in my spring 2026 collection. This one is called, gosh, what are you called? Tulips and Parsley, I think. He's so cute. Now I want you to see, if you're putting this without a mat, you will have to most likely trim this little bit of white off. I have to do that. If you're doing a mat, it doesn't matter. And I have two new collections. One is up and running and available right now. And if you're not familiar with what I'm talking about, I'll put the address below. These are generated by AI. I work with AI and tweak and discuss what I want in a picture. I may move things around. I talk about the style and the color and the brush strokes and make companion pieces and things like that. And I'm enjoying it, but it really does, you think, oh, you just say it and it's done. Sometimes it is, but more than often it's not. But anyway, we're going to do two new collections, but this one is called Whispers of Spring. And the first one I created in this, well, I don't know now which the first one was. I think it was this one. One of you asked for ducks in a pond. And so I thought of you, but I was also thinking of me and thinking of trees that are blooming right now for spring. And so we'll have red buds and dogwoods blooming first where I live. There's pear trees, but I don't have any pear trees around here. I've seen them, so I didn't put a pear tree in. But anyway, there is a rustic barn in the background and a duck and her babies in a pond. And then this one is pink dogwood. And these are watercolor, impressionistic, sort of contemporary brush strokes. We have a deer drinking from the stream and a church in the background. This is called As the Deer, based on the scripture. If you're familiar with As the deer panteth for the water, so my soul longs for thee, O Lord. It's also, I may not be quoting the scripture exactly because it's also a song. And then the last one I haven't had printed yet is sheep. 3 sheep by the water, and they have, I believe, a house in the background, and the trees in that one are more of a lavender, so I don't know if they're supposed to be tulip trees. We did not, Chat and I did not discuss it, but I'm more focused on the subject, and I wasn't thinking about the trees as much, but that one's called Beside Still Waters, also based on scripture. So if you're interested, or those are your colors, if you have ideas of some things you would like in your home and you don't feel comfortable or want to fool with ChatGPT doing it yourself, because you guys can do these yourself, then let me know and I will do my best to come up with something. And don't forget, there's a code, launch15 for 15% off. And this particular one, I will make bundles for all of them, but this particular one is bundled right now with the yellow tulips. So you get 2 for 15 and then you get your discount. Okay. All that said, I'm not always going to do this, but I'm starting the store and I really want you guys to be aware so you can start looking out for it. And I'll link what I can below. I thank you so much for your time, and I'll see you next time at your home, your happy place. God bless.